With Trio Cash Cups officially starting this week, I thought I would make an updated video on all of the brand new trios, which big name pros are still looking for a trio, and the ceiling as well as the floor for a couple of these teams as well. Before we get into all that though, if you guys are new to the channel and you enjoy Fortnite competitive content, please just subscribe right now if you guys are new. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We have also started streaming more consistently on my Twitch, linked in the top of the description down below. If you guys want to help me out with any future videos, that is 100% the place to go to, so make sure you guys just go follow my Twitch. Without further ado though, let's start this video off by talking about some of the big name brand new trios. All right, first off, the main one 100% has to be the brand new trio of Kanata, Bugha, and Threats. If you guys are wondering, yes, Bugha and Threats did officially drop a V for Kanata, and if you guys saw all the drama with Kanata after grand finals, he was basically blaming Bolts and Rapid, kind of just selling his season, which I honestly agree with. Because we all know Bolts and Rapid were not grinding at all last season. By the time grand finals was over, Kanata was just completely done with them. Kanata was also originally on the trio with Rise and Muzz at the beginning of this season, but I guess those guys' chemistry just wasn't really gelling too well together. The Kanata, Bugha, and Threats trio is very interesting. I don't know how much better it actually gets for Kanata, going from Rise and Muzz to Bugha and Threats. I think Threats is one of the most underrated players in the game. We all know he has absolutely insane aim. But when it comes to the overall dynamic of this trio in general, I think the only way they're able to place like super well is if they are all grinding together. I think the ceiling for this team 100% could be a top 3 in grand finals. As of right now, I'm gonna have to put it at a top 4. And then their floor, I think since there's only like 6 or 7 really good teams on NA, their floor 100% has to be like 6th place. Or I could also see these guys splitting up as well if they struggle after a couple of the divisional cups. Next up, let's talk about the brand new trio of Rise, Muzz, and Curly. Rise and Muzz, of course, after Kanata ended up leaving them for Bugha, they had to find a new option and they ended up going with Curly. I'm pretty sure they tried out Virgo for a little bit. That trio just wasn't working out for them, so they ended up making the decision to currently be playing with Curly. Now, if I'm just being completely honest, I don't think Curly is the biggest game changer or anything for this trio. Like, these guys are going from Yapko to Kanata to now Curly, and in the nicest way possible, I think we can all kind of agree that Curly is the worst one out of those 3. I'm not trying to sit up here and act like he's a total bum or anything, but like, I think Curly still has a lot to prove in the competitive scene. But I feel like if Muzz and Rise really do believe in him, then the potential is there for them to be super good. I think their ceiling right now is 100% like a top 5. You guys already know these guys are going to be playing high ground. They're not going to be fragging out like super crazy or anything, but they will be on height a lot of the times. So they do have high elim game potential still. Muzz is absolutely crazy at the end of the day, and we do all know that. I think the floor for this team would be like a top 7 or even potentially splitting. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a team that ends up splitting before FNCS officially starts. I think they might try out in like 1 or 2 cash cups together, but I don't know how long these guys are actually going to last. Next up, let's talk about Reet. And Reet has had more team changes in this last week than Peterbot did during his prime Snake season. Reet tweeted out that he is officially going back to Central now, and he is going to be playing with Shadow and Virgo. So I'm not gonna lie, starting off with, this is just a super random team, so just landing at a split drop. And Reet did respond that he's going to be on mouse and keyboard and IGLing now as well. We all know Shadow used to play with Curve and Tyler, but those guys split for another brand new trio we'll talk about in a little bit. Then Virgo also split with his other team, and now these guys are forming together. I think I'm really gonna have to see these guys in a actual tournament together before I can form like a real full opinion on them. I think the thing with Reet is it's gonna take him some time to really get used to playing on mouse and keyboard in full trio tournaments while he is also the IGL at the same time. He's trying to make 2 super big changes literally back to back now, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit of a slow start for this team, but I do like the overall potential of them, not only fighting wise but also just in general. But as of right now, I don't want to say I'm necessarily giving them like an undecided ceiling and floor, but I would say it's probably like a top 6 ceiling. Then their floor is either splitting up or like maybe a top 10. Let's go over to EU though and talk about someone that we still have literally zero clue what they're going to do until I'm pretty sure either the day that you're seeing this video or the next day, and that is Mongraal. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I tried to delay this video for as long as I could so we could get the official Mongraal announcement, but he has literally been on vacation longer than FNCS lasted at this point. Like, Mongraal has been radio silent on social media since grand finals ended. We saw him post a couple of things about like his vacation and everything. As it actually has to pertain to Fortnite, we really haven't seen him say anything. For who his potential options would even be at this point, I've talked to Prism and Casper, who to the Mongraal community seems like players that they want him to play with. They did recently qualify for the Eval Cup finals, but I was also DMing Prism and he said that he is still not fully locked into an official trio yet. So I guess we're just gonna kind of have to wait and see till Mongraal actually turns the stream on, and then I guess then we'll know whose official team is. I'm not sure if he's even playing the Eval Cup on Tuesday or if he's waiting till Division 1 on Wednesday. I have been saying this, I really do think Mongraal is 100% still a grand finals worthy player. He just needs to be on a trio that is also grand finals worthy players, and if he is just like very clearly not grinding, not going to be taking the game as serious, it's going to be kind of hard to find a trio like that. Now, the other player on EU that we still just have radio silence for, somehow have no options, literally second place at Globals 6 months ago, that of course is Thomas HD. Now, Thomas HD did play the Eval Cup, but the teammates that he actually played in that with, I don't think are going to be his official trio, because Queasy also tweeted out that Thomas HD is still looking for a trio, and even after the Eval Cup, Thomas HD retweeted his old tweet saying looking for trio. I don't know how arguably one of the best players in all of EU, a player that has as stacked of a resume as Thomas HD, has no trio options right now. I think a lot of people kind of wanted Thomas to play with Sky and Scroll, but it doesn't look like they're going to be splitting up with iDrop, so I really just don't know where Thomas HD goes from here. I really don't want to see another like mediocre season from him where he's able to just like claw his way into grand finals, barely make it there, and then struggle to even get inside the top 15. But I mean, if he really has no trio options, it's looking like that's going to be a reality for 2 seasons in a row now. Next up, let's talk about a trio that is honestly super underrated of Mason, Tyler, and Curve. So Tyler and Curve ended up dropping Shadow like we talked about earlier, and now they are picking up Mason, who I feel like is one of the more underrated fraggers on all of NA now. This team I feel like is going to be super underrated. I mean, they already all were underrated players in general. This is a team that you guys probably don't know too much about, but I think they could be 100% a sneaky top 5 team on NA this season. I feel like if we're being realistic, they're probably going to finish somewhere around that 7 to 8 range, but I think at their very peak ceiling, especially if they're able to find like a good coach to work with them, they can 100% pull off a top 5. If we go back though to talking about some players that we have no clue on, it is still Miro. Miro did tweet out looking for trio, and he has just been radio silent since then. I have a feeling that Miro kind of is just baiting, because when you really think about it, if you are Miro, a player who has already quit the game technically, you are not really going to want to come back, play in Division 3, work your way up from Division 3 to Division 2, all the way into Division 1, when you really don't care about the game that much anymore. Like, I think it is a real possibility that maybe Miro ends up readying up with someone like his friends that he does crypto with or something, or maybe he wants to take the Cooper route and pick up some underrated players and play with them. But if Miro hasn't already tweeted out an official trio by now, and if he doesn't play on Wednesday, I think we can all kind of just let the Miro dream die. We just got a couple more trios to go over. I feel like this one you guys all probably should know about by now, but this does look like it is going to be an official team. It is the trio of Mr. Savage, Uppel, and Panzer. Now these guys have played 1 Eval Cup together already. They were able to win game 1 in it, so Mr. Savage now has back-to-back seasons of being the first player in the world to earn. I honestly do like the team dynamic of this. We have Panzer IGLing and then Mr. Savage playing more of that support fragging role to Uppel. I think we're still gonna have to give this trio time though, as Uppel was quite literally just an IGL last season, so he is now converting from being a full IGL to a full fragger. I haven't really seen them play any like scrims or anything together, which could be a little bit concerning, but Mr. Savage has also been busy with a bunch of stuff outside of Fortnite as well as being sick. So hopefully now that tournaments are starting up again, we will see these guys fully grinding together. Another player that is still looking for a trio is Zandy. If you guys remember last season, Zandy was playing with Shark and Zhu. They were a little bit underwhelming though in grand finals. They had a lot of good cash cup games. We really got to see how crazy Shark is. So shout out to Zandy for streaming all that so we can see the real potential of Shark. I'm not 100% sure who Zandy is going to end up queuing with. I mean, maybe he's a potential option for Mongraal. I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, hey, maybe they could end up cooking something. But yeah, all we have really seen so far is Zandy tweeting out looking for trio. We don't really know who he's actually going to be playing with yet. Next up, let's talk about Quanti, Edgy, and Chance. Now, as we all know, Chance was playing with Donnie last season, and it is kind of crazy how originally Yapko moved over to NA to play with Quanti and Edgy, and he has now gone from Quanti and Edgy all the way up to Bolt and Rapid, which that really should show you guys that players can have crazy come-ups literally just out of nowhere all the time. I think that the trio of Quanti, Edgy, and Chance could be very good in grand finals, maybe like a top 10 ceiling trio if Quanti is grinding, but he is also another person that has gotten taken over by the meme coins. I'm not 100% sure if Edgy is still full grinding or not, but I think it is smart of them to just pick up a young underrated fighter that will will 100% help this team's fighting power, since I think we all know that Quanti and Edgy are not the same fighters that they once were. But they also did tweet out that they are going brutal boxcars, so I think they're pulling the little Cammy and Seti strat and kind of just trying to go at a little bit more of a mid-tier drop spot to hopefully just not get contested. The final trio I want to talk about is Donnie, Joji, and Nerface. Donnie was on his huge blow up last season once he moved over to zero ping. He is currently back at home though, so he is not going to be on zero ping until FNCS, I'm pretty sure. Donnie is one of those players that I wish did just stay on zero ping, because we have all seen how crazy he is, not only just for placements wise, but also for content as well. Watching Donnie on zero ping is so much more fun than watching him on 40. His teammates of Joji and Nerface, I don't really have too much to say about them. Maybe this could be a sneaky top 10 trio, so maybe throughout the season somebody will end up snaking for him, but as of right now I think the ceiling for this team has to be like a top 10, and their floor is definitely going to be splitting up. But hey, I mean, maybe these guys will prove me wrong. There seems to always be one surprise team every single season. Last season at the beginning of it was Yamzo, Higgs, and Mason, so maybe this would be that trio this season. I guess only time will tell. Other than that though, remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you guys want me to keep the face cam for the entire video, or if I should just keep doing it during my intro and then just have my voice for the rest of the video. I'm cool with either one. It is just whatever you guys want at the end of the day. Remember, follow me on my Twitch, link to the description down below. We are going to start stream guiding so much. We've already been streaming a lot recently, so if you want to keep up with the streams, just make sure to go follow. Follow me on my Twitter at ChiliKDog to keep up to date with everything to do with Fortnite competitive. YouTube says enjoy one of these two videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.